Hi, I'm Whitney Morgan, Hashimoto's coach, functional practitioner, and creator of the Thyroid Reboot Method. The potential reintroduction of wheat and gluten back into the diet remains a controversial and hotly debated topic in the health industry. Honestly, this fact baffles me because, in my opinion, the research is quite clear on this topic. And that's what I want to talk about in today's video. But before we jump into it, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and the little bell next to it so you'll get notified each time I post a new video. I've worked with dozens of people who have both verified gluten sensitivity and Hashimoto's. And a question I hear all the time goes something like this: Whitney, will I ever be able to eat gluten again? And my heart always sinks just a little bit in response because I know that they're looking to me for some glimmer of hope. But no matter how much I'd like to tell them what they want to hear, I have a responsibility to tell them the truth. Now, beyond the fact that gluten is an inherently inflammatory food that's impossible for humans to digest, there are 3 additional evidence-based reasons why it's not a good idea to consider reintroducing wheat and gluten back into your diet. Reason number 1, memory B cells. Gluten is one of the only foods that we know of to which the immune system makes memory B cells. Memory B cells are a type of lymphocyte that, once they are activated by a specific antigen, like gluten, continue to live forever within the adaptive immune system. Though they continue to exist in a dormant state, they are poised to respond to the offending antigen if they ever encounter it again. In other words, memory B cells are like elephants. They never forget. Whether you're gluten-free for 12 months or 12 years, when you reintroduce gluten back into your diet, those memory B cells reactivate and mobilize, setting off an inflammatory cascade that leaves you with elevated gluten antibodies for months. Reason number 2, wheat germ agglutinin. Wheat contains a toxic lectin called wheat germ agglutinin, or WGA for short. This plant lectin is the big bad of all plant lectins. Not only does it damage the gut lining, increasing intestinal permeability, but once WGA gets through the gut lining and into the bloodstream, it can wreak havoc throughout the body. Why? Because WGA binds to almost every type of human tissue: skin, stomach, parietal cells, the brush border of the gut lining, connective tissue, thyroid tissue, the colon, the pancreas, the liver, kidney, cardiac muscle, skeletal muscle, breast tissue, the pituitary, and brain tissues like myelin. And once WGA attaches itself to whatever tissue it lands on, the immune system goes after it. Though the immune system is attempting to destroy the WGA, unfortunately, the surrounding human tissue gets damaged in the process, potentially setting off what we call autoimmunity by collateral damage. Reason number 3, molecular mimicry. There are specific gluten peptides that share molecular mimicry with human tissue. What this means is that the immune system can mistake some human tissues for gluten and wind up attacking that tissue by mistake. For example, to the immune system, gluten looks a lot like thyroid tissue. It also bears a striking resemblance to various neurological tissues. Some studies suggest that this molecular mimicry is the primary reason why gluten is associated with Hashimoto's and neurological autoimmunity. So before you reintroduce gluten back into your diet, I encourage you to pause, consider the science, and make a more informed decision. Thanks for watching. If you want to learn more about working with me or about my thyroid reboot method, you can visit my website at morgannutrition.com. I'll drop the link in the video notes. And if you found this video valuable, you can let me know by liking it, subscribing to my channel, or sharing the video with someone who has Hashimoto's or has gluten sensitivity. And if you have questions, just drop them in the comments. I do my best to answer each one. I'll see you next time. Bye.